Welcome back to another edition of Comic Star Talk. Today we are talking BTS stuff about Superman. I am joined as always with EXO, and we are joined by a special guest, Cal. How are we doing this evening, gentlemen?
Hey, happy to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good to have
yeah.
you on, bro, finally. All right, EXO, how you been, bud?
I've been good.
Good.
Love this Superman behind the scenes. I don't
Mhm.
need anything else.
Yep,
I'm ready.
I'm good until the movie comes out. So let's
Yeah.
get into it. Superman behind the scenes.
So we got that beautiful cape.
Yes, we all
Like-
love the cape.
What is that made out of? It's got to be made out
Fabric.
of some unicorn skin or something.
Yeah,
Like-
It's just that beautiful. Yeah, the S on it's fantastic. There you go. You
And we
got it
got
moving a little
his
bit.
little stunt double just
Mhm.
standing in the suit. Look, but the cape is again. How does it flow like that?
yeah. I love how flowy the cape is in that opening shot. That's
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
Yeah.
awesome. It's yeah, just the way it flows. Like it looks like they probably didn't use any sort of fans, but it kind of looks like it's very majestic in the way it flows.
Yeah, it looks like a mechanical or like CGI'd or something, but
Yeah.
that thing's going practically.
Yep.
Well, it's
Beautiful.
crazy because I know some shows on Superman and Lois and even Man of Steel, they use a CGI cape a lot of the times, and it looks like I don't know. They might have figured it out for this movie.
Yeah.
I'm
I know
sh-
Man of Steel was mostly, it looked like a lot of it was CGI cape. This one, there's a little CGI cape because you see like the suit with just a little bit of a red cape on it. But it looks like they're doing a lot of actual practical cape stuff this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I love.
Mm-hmm.
and it looks great. People have been calling it. What did they say? It's its own actor.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that cape needs a commission for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Starring role.
No, this is one of my favorite things. There are a bunch of shots of his cape just flowing, and to open it BTS like that is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's the crest too. The crest just looks like textured so nice. The only thing I wanted was red in the negative spots, but that's I got like everything else I wanted. I wanted that and a red trim from the new 52, and I got everything else, so I'm not complaining.
No, I
Yeah.
feel that.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
And,
And of course, the scenes of them filming in what is it, Skarsgård?
And,
Skilsgård?
no, I wasn't it Hell Norway?
Something
I
like
could
that.
be wrong. I could be wrong. It's in Norway, so it's awesome that it's real snow. Like that's majestic. Like I'm going to continue using that word because that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's beautiful, stunning. Look at this sky, and it's breathtaking. And everybody, there was that one person that posted that like they can't even use real snow. Like,
Yep.
come on.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
it's not
posted
allowed.
something about if you want to see something with practical effects, go see Mission Impossible instead of Superman, even though they both use.
They shot at
practical
the same
effects.
location, didn't they?
I think so. It looks like it.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised if that was the case at all. At all. But yeah, and then of course we got them. They're all talking about after the first day of the set. And what did Dave record supposed to say? That was a tough week of work, and it was only like the first day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They work at the office.
He's strutting through, having a good time. Like he just glows Superman
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
through his
he
words.
really does. He has the aura, the
Mhm.
voice, the commanding voice. Yeah, they all look awesome in their respective parts.
Not just that. Have y'all heard the interviews?
It's-
We'll talk
yeah.
about
that
that
comment.
later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. But that Fandango interview gave me so much faith in this guy for Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So much faith in him.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
When
he gets
he was singing, doing the John Williams score for Star
Star
Wars
Wars.
and reenacting it, I'm like, this guy gets it.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Yep.
Like-
When he was in his car doing the Star Wars theme, and he's like, "I just want John Williams playing behind me everywhere I go."
Yeah.
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 That was next level nerd that like surpassed me. I'm like, oh wow, this is so cool.
He quoted the movie line for line from the
Line
sequel.
for line, that's wild. Like
Yeah.
locked in.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a nerd like us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what James said. He like the person getting the role has to have the compassion of Superman.
Hmm. Yep.
Has to feel like Superman when you're talking to him. And
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
He,
the
he
Hollywood
definitely
show
has the
even knew
presence
it.
for it. Oh yeah, I told you about that like 2 years ago to watch Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good.
yeah. He's like Clark Kent the entire time.
Yeah, I've been on the David Cornsweet train for a long time.
Yep.
Like 4 or 5 years.
Yep. Yeah, and
See,
David
I
Cornsweet has
didn't.
also been on the David Cornsweet train since about 2019 when he talked about how he wanted to do Superman. So
Yeah, yeah. And it's
Yeah,
funny because
I didn't really care out of the options. They gave us 3 options that it might be. I'm like that David guy. I knew nothing, but everybody knew it was him.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad James did it. But it's funny because I was pro Henry Cavill when Snyder was casting as well.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I mean
so
Henry Cavill could have been the perfect Superman. It's just things happened, and he
yeah,
was
yeah,
not he was not given the chance. But we saw it in that 30-second Black Adam scene of what he could have been,
yeah,
I don't
which
I
is real
don't think
unfortunate.
so. I think he falls short on like the looks, the height, and the acting skills. If I'm
I
being
can feel the
honest,
height for me when they were doing the short list because it's funny because Kristen Stewart was on the short list to be Lois, which
Oh yep,
I think would have been interesting. But
yeah,
yeah, when they were
better.
casting, I thought he like has the jawline. He has a face that looks like it's ripped out of a comic. He
hmm
might be a little on the shorter side, but I mean, I'm not expecting exact proportions
right,
for an actor. You know,
yeah. And you have camera tricks to cover that stuff up. I mean, that's
exactly.
what Tom Cruise's entire career is
That's what I was gonna
because
say.
of it.
He's like five
Yeah.
six apparently
Yeah.
in real life.
Yep. I
Yeah,
still can't believe they tried to make him Reacher.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
But moving on. So we go
What
inside
we
the
got here?
fortress,
We got
the behind the scenes of him getting quote unquote burnt / healed.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I'm
and
really excited for this fortress.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, I'm through the roof. I should have wore the right shirt. I just got a
Crypto
like
shirt.
a light blue fortress shirt. I should have wore that one.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my favorite one so far. But
Yeah.
the practical fortress pieces, like that's so cool. Like
Yep.
look at these crystals. These are real pieces. They look alive.
No, for
Hmm.
sure.
And
And
the
it's not just that. It's you know, I think I've told y'all my favorite live action Superman is from Superman and Lois. But if I'm being frank, that fortress was awful. There was nothing in it. And it looks like there are a lot of things in it. Like even the Reeves one was just crystals and the hologram.
yeah,
But this one has like whatever he's laying on, you know. And then it has
the equipment and stuff just to
yeah,
elevate it. Like this is an alien fortress. And
yeah,
like the comments just said, this guy's beefy. Like this guy's buff as
Hmm.
like
I mean,
anyone saying he's not ripped is just
thing
wild.
is he's a very quote unquote. He technically is like scrawny, but I mean he's 6'4" and walked around to like 180 or something like that, and got up to 240 as Ethan said here. But
yeah,
like it's the guy got massive, and then he filmed. I think when he filmed, he was at around 230 or so. So for
yeah.
his body frame, that's a lot of weight.
You
It's a lot of
think
weight.
Hulk could have bulked up like that?
Who?
Hulk?
Oh,
Oh,
nah, I don't know.
uh, it's hard to say with the Hollywood regimen of steroids and whatnot what somebody could or could not do.
Yeah, he has that thin build though.
Yeah, he
So
has a very thin build. I think they were casted very correctly in their two respective roles.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Cal sent me that picture. What was that comic from?
Which one?
The one that he was like standing with the blue in the background, and he looked thin. He looked just like Hulk did.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Can't remember.
There are a lot
All
of them.
right,
But
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but that one was a spitting image of him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too, is Superman's been around for so long that you can pretty much find a picture of him to fit any actor that would be portraying him also. Same
Yeah.
with Batman. You can find Batman panels where Pattinson looks the most like Batman or Bruce, and you can find ones where Affleck looks the most like Batman or Bruce.
yeah,
It's just the way it is because it's been around for 100 years.
yeah. You think
Yeah.
about Ed McGuinness's depiction, where he drew both of them very beefy and like huge, and then you compare it to like, I don't know, Superman Year One. It's not a good book, but I mentioned it just because of the look. But
I agree.
what is it? Romita Jr. draws him pretty slim, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my ideal Superman, I don't think he would be beefy because he has to fit in with everybody else. I know a
He
lot of
does.
people
Yep.
love that huge look, but it's like it works in comics. But you know, if he's supposed to hide and Lois is suspecting him to be Superman and he is built like the Hulk, like there's no plausible deniability there.
Yeah.
You know?
That extra large suit isn't covering it.
Yeah.
But I hope Lois knows by then. But while we're on the fortress, you don't have the picture, but the
Right.
practical robot,
Yes.
that's awesome. That's so cool. I had no clue that was practical. Then I seen him James Gunn high-fiving him, and like, wow, they really went all out.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm really curious about the effect because obviously the robots that are carrying him into the fortress in that 5-minute scene, they have to be CGI. I don't believe those are practical because those
Right.
robots probably will not be able to carry somebody 200 or something.
Right.
Pounds.
Unless they got what's his name, C3PO out of retirement and brought him in to take care of business.
Yeah.
Because that dude could fit in one of those suits more than likely. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. It's probably a mix of CGI and practical. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm thinking
Or
the
maybe
close-ups are probably practical.
something under what he's floating on or whatever. Maybe maybe
Yeah.
they are real and they're controlled by robots. Who knows? I
That
don't
could be
know.
the case
I mean,
too.
they could have filmed it with humans, then just replaced them with the robots in post.
Yeah,
So
easily.
Yeah.
they could have done that too.
What we got next? We got
And then, of course, this is just a montage shot of a couple of things we see.
Metamorpho.
Frank Grillo talking about his love of Superman at the beginning of the comics when he was younger. You know, you got David Cornsmith there. You got Metamorpho. Have you read any Metamorpho, XO?
I read a comic he was in briefly, but I haven't
Okay.
read the comics I bought for
Okay.
him. Did you
Cool.
finish the Element Man?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a quick read. I do suggest reading it. I think it was like $12 on Amazon or something like that.
I think that's the one
It
I
was quick.
have. I have
Yeah.
one. I just don't know where it is.
So only like 5 or 6 issues.
Yeah, and we got the Lex suits, which is freaking cool with the green and purple. Love that. Just a quick note: we got possibly Bizarro.
Possibly, yes, the backwards S. I still think it's just the way it was framed myself, but we'll see. I know Mark wants it to be. He wants it to be Bizarro, pretty bad.
Yeah, I want it to be Bizarro. I want Ultraman to be Bizarro too.
Yeah.
Like,
People are
but if it's
thinking that
not,
that's
it's fine.
Parasite.
But yeah,
Oh,
no, they're tripping for that. They seen that little the color grading on that kids book cover.
oh yeah.
No, it was just that's just the art style that the artist used, and they used purple as the kind of shine for black instead of blue, which is usually used.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
that
I
ain't
kind of hit
Parasite,
the
bro.
Parasite. He's covered. Think about
That
it.
ain't.
He's covered from head to toe. No skin showing at all. We don't know what's under the suit. And Parasite, he gets his power from touching people and absorbing their energy. Could be a way.
Yeah, he was touching him in the what's the Metropolis Meteors, the
No.
Meteors
He's wearing the suit.
stadium.
It could be like a Rogue scenario, right? You know how Rogue has to wear the
Yeah,
gloves?
yeah, but like take off the gloves and touch this man and steal his son. Like,
I mean,
I
we'll see.
I'll die on that hill. It's not Parasite.
I guess we'll all find out in July, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to say this. Just add this. All Star is a big inspiration, and
Mhm.
Parasite plays in the All
Yeah.
Star.
He
That
might make
is
appearance,
true.
but I don't think it's Ultraman. Since we're on kind of this realm, the what was I gonna say?
I don't know. I can't read your mind, bro. It's probably good. I can't.
Yeah, it's probably good you can't. Yeah, we'll move on. I'll bring it back up. Oh no,
You'll think of it.
that we don't have the picture, but the clone or the white Martian or green Martian or
Mm.
well, whatever that monstrosity. I don't want to call it names because that's messed up. Whatever that chill guy is standing next to Lex. He's probably a very nice dude. So I don't want
Yeah,
I don't
he
want
and
to
Lex
talk
are probably
down.
just talking about, I don't know, PBS or something.
So y'all think it's a clone or a white Martian?
I'd still go with the clone theory for now.
Like a failed experiment?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know because it's happening in the fortress. I don't know.
Is it?
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah. Going, I limited the rabbit hole. Like my
But
rabbit hole only goes so far.
yeah, it looks like it's in the fortress, and I don't know. We got the
Is
hammer of Baravia
is it
coming through a
Doomsday?
portal
Did Lex make Doomsday?
again.
How did he know that was going to create Doomsday? I've
Yeah,
yet to figure that one out.
Make it make sense. The freaking the ship told him that would
Yeah,
happen.
the ship told him it might happen. But yeah, we got the shot of Lex and
Oh
Clark
yeah,
talking. I love that where he's
yeah,
talking about wearing his underwear on the outside. He's like,
yeah,
it feels so liberating.
yeah. The
Um,
trunks on the
yeah,
outside, liberating, and the way he said it, it's like,
yep. David just,
man, this guy.
yep.
And he this is all like I'm assuming it's screen test because he has the Chris Reeves slick back, which
Hmm.
I'm not huge on, but that slick back was it was cool for him. It's cool to see it with him and Nicholas next to each other, just
Hmm.
like look at them. They're besties. They gotta
Yeah.
be.
yeah.
Yep. And of course, them walking through the planet, Rachel and Perry White. And you wanted to bring up her dress that she seems to be
Oh
wearing in
yeah.
every shot of anything we've seen. So go for
Yeah.
it.
There's I love her outfits. They're very Lois Lane. My favorite one when she was talking this behind the scenes, she had this skirt on. I'm like, she looks freaking amazing. Freaking
Yeah,
amazing.
she does.
Absolutely
She looks like
stellar.
Lois.
I love her as an actor after Mrs. Maisel.
Hmm.
Can't believe I watched all that, but
I can't
Oh,
believe
you
you
did?
did either.
yeah, I have a girlfriend, so like it's
So it made sense then, I guess.
yeah,
You
yeah.
paused Smallville for it, but we'll give you a pass, I guess.
Yeah, it was good, and she's a great actor. Like she
Yeah, I
is
really
so
liked
good.
Mm.
Marvelous Miss Maisel. I never finished it, but I watched like the first season at least.
Yeah, I've seen a handful of episodes just to check out her ability to act when she was being brought up as potentially being Lois, and she's very good in it.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean
And
she has Emmys to show you for it.
Just for
this
the
is,
movie nerds out there, she is the lead of one of Ari Aster's short films.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
no
forget what
kidding.
it's titled, but she's just like talking to the camera the whole time.
Nice. I have to look
Yeah,
into that.
yeah.
more on the Daily Planet. They look amazing. Cat Grant, Perry
Hmm.
Wright,
Ryan
Ron.
Trout and
Yep.
Yeah,
what's
like
the names in the background? Lombard.
yeah,
Lombard's in the
Steve
back.
Lombard.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, looking just like him. Like
yeah,
and like the office looks so great with the globe in the lobby and the
yeah.
globe on
Yeah, that's the
top.
one
Like
I meant to put in, but I forgot the screenshot of it. But the globe looks incredible on top
Yeah.
of the building or in the lobby, wherever it is. Every time we've seen it, looks great.
Yeah.
and it's like the biggest building in Metropolis. Now I wonder, like, is it the biggest tower in the world? I don't
Mm.
know.
No.
I just think of weird stuff
We shall
like
see.
that.
Where Exo's mind goes. Yes.
It matters not. But another shot at the Lex suits right there. Uh,
Oh,
uh,
sorry.
I can't
These
wait
ones?
till
Yep.
he. Yeah, I love the colors. I can't wait to see Lex in his suit. They
Mm,
they better
Yeah, I think
color it.
this is going to be a very unique take on, not unique. It's probably going to be similar to the comics, but uh, the first time we've seen businessman and scientist Lex together as
hmm
one,
Yep.
Yeah,
and clearly he's rich.
hmm
Oh, have y'all talked about the fact that it's called Luthor Core and not Lex Core?
Oh yeah, that's right. It is called Luther Core. I wonder why that is.
I guess I didn't even process that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably I'm guessing to because he had beef with his dad, so
Well,
to
no, no. So,
separate
okay,
from.
in the comics, it was always called Lex Core,
hmm
right?
Yeah.
Smallville is the only one in which it was called Luthor Core.
Okay. Yes.
Mm,
Yeah. So I know Gunn said he's taking inspirations from everything, and he's on the record of calling Michael Rosenbaum the best Lex.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, and they're
yeah.
friends, so it could be
Yeah.
kind of a nod to him. It's like, hey,
Yep.
I'm in charge. I
Yeah.
See,
can.
like, do what he did. Just don't get knocked out every time you're on screen. Like, I am so sick of dude getting knocked out. Like, we're in season 6. I'm on episode. I've just watched 19. He's still getting knocked out by Chloe.
So
Like,
you gotta with Smallville, you have to watch it as kind of a
late night show
I would
baked
say
before
more
bed.
of a sitcom instead of one continuous story to an
Mm,
extent. Like the first and last episodes always tie in, and there's other episodes, but they always have these episodes that don't connect. So if you just look at it like that, like I don't know, it's a trope of Smallville getting knocked out. Then that's the case. If you look at it as
But
one
but try
complete
to fight
story,
Lana, she'll murk you. And Lex trained Lana, but try to face Lex, that boy going down.
true.
yeah. I just don't want any real estate plots involved in this movie with Lex. That'd be a nice change. But yeah, like you said, we're getting the scientists and the brain Lex. All it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah,
And
Well, he
Hulk's going
did
to
blaze
come
deliver.
out.
the
He did.
sci-fi fantasy mixture in this movie
hmm
is like everything I want. I love sci-fi, I love comic book
Yep.
movies. This well, yeah, it's Superman, but it feels like a sci-fi fantasy movie
hmm
opposed to looking at it as a comic book movie, which it obviously is.
Right.
But those elements are awesome. That's all.
Little
That's all.
tidbits relating to both of what y'all are saying. Kev,
hmm
he said that Gene Hackman is the worst Lex.
yep. He did.
Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Sorry
Yes.
about that. And to EXO, he said that his goal is to do something like Star Wars, which is the sci-fi fantasy.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And he got to touch on that with Guardians, of course. That
yeah,
was kind of his little intro into doing that type of stuff, the space opera type stuff.
And he balled out.
But yeah, and the fantastical elements of this, I'm really looking forward to. Just like you are, EXO.
Yeah.
Just like this shot of him in the spaceship.
Beautiful.
Very Guardians of the
Sphere.
Galaxy. It's
Yeah.
obviously Mr. Terrific's ship, or
Yep.
I'm guessing it's
T-Sphere.
Mr. Terrific. Yeah, T
Yeah.
Sphere. So, looking
Yeah.
forward to that. I'm looking forward to Mr. Terrific's solo year one run that's coming up starting in May. I think it's only 6 issues, so I'll be getting that monthly.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
don't
Yeah.
think I saw that. I might
Yep.
get.
he's I only read one Mr. Terrific comic, and it was
Same.
Mind Games.
Yep.
And I would not recommend it for
Was that-
anyone.
Was that
It-
Tom King? I can't remember. I know you.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't. It was the new
You're talking about the
52
new
run.
52 one, right?
Yeah. And it got canceled, so it just like stopped. And
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
are you serious? You're just gonna whatever. It felt pointless, but I like the character. I've liked him in the animations I've seen him in.
Yep.
He's cool. He's a cool character. He's the second smartest guy in on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's
Mhm.
awesome. I like his approach opposed to Batman's approach. He takes more of like a Tony Stark approach
Uh huh.
opposed to Batman's
Well,
I guess martial arts.
he has all the toys too, because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
incredibly smart. Really looking forward to Mr. Terrific. Because from what I know of him, it's basically been the show Arrow, and like I think I've read a comic where like he appeared for a little bit and fucked off.
He looks
So
terrible in that. I'm not gonna lie.
oh
I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
I didn't watch it. I only seen the pictures, but he looks bad.
yeah. The Arrowverse version of him was not ideal.
Ain't it? Ain't
I'll
it?
leave it at that. But yes, the shot of them looking at each other towards the end of this, a little bit more extended than what we got in the trailer and the teaser and everything. Got any notes
Just
on this?
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just imagine him saying, "I have to, Lois. They need me,"
Yeah,
or
I
something
mean
like that. Like,
that's it.
he's,
That's it. It looks
Yeah.
like there's a dramatic moment, and she doesn't want him to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
yeah,
Maybe
she's
he's
concerned. He's
weakened or
concerned.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he just got the bricks beat out of him. He had to switch
My
suits because it was all messed up.
my guess is also this is after all the robots have been destroyed and they can't bring him back or help him this time. That's just a guess.
Assuming.
Assuming this is after that, and maybe that's why she's hesitant about letting him go. I have no idea. Just a thought that just popped in my head. So
Hey, do you think 4 is Calyx, or you think they're all kind of a piece of
4
Calyx?
could be. I don't
I
know.
think
What do you think, Cal?
I need to confirm this, and when Kellex was created, but he's not. Kellex is not in the new 52. I mean, not the new
Okay.
52. All Star.
Okay.
What were they
Um,
called in All Star?
They were just
They were just numbers, right?
yeah, they were just Superman butts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the shot where they're letting the sun heal him, in the background you can see more robots kind of sitting back there. So I think I don't know. Superman has had a history in the Silver Age of creating robots. A lot of
Okay.
them. Yeah, like
Bro
that's
wants
how
to
he
be
kept his
Brainiac.
secret identity. Is he would have like Clark Kent give him the key to the city, and it would be
Yeah,
a robot.
that's a good idea. They should definitely use that when they need to.
Yeah,
And then you could incorporate Cyber Superman or whatever from that. But
yeah,
more on the Fortress, since you brought up the sneak peek. I love how he's screaming, and people have a problem with that. Like, you're accelerated your healing. Like
Yep.
in Henry Cavill's, he drifts into the sun and just got like hydrated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This was
yeah.
a concentrated shot to make him like
400 whatever times the normal amount of sun. Also, it's
Of
like
the
yeah.
magnify
Sahara
that.
Desert.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's crazy, and it just adds to the sci-fi of the movie, and
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
this is one of my favorite shots of him. I know he's not
So
smiling,
cold.
but I love this this photo of David Cornsweet.
This is the Lex scene for sure.
Yeah, definitely the one where he allegedly like whatever. I don't want to get
Yeah,
into it, but because people
yeah,
are
yeah,
talking online, it's really annoying.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
this is
It's
the
not
Lex
not a
scene that
big deal, but
yeah. Yeah. This looks like
wait,
it could very well be that Lex scene. I
Well,
can't wait to see them interact.
I mean, they shared it in that Fandango interview. If people go listen to that and listen to,
Mhm.
they shared that he throws a desk at Lex.
Yes, yep, that's what I
yeah,
was referring
that's what
to.
we're
Okay.
talking
I
about.
couldn't
Yeah,
remember if he talked about it or if people it came
it
up
was
when all the
James.
leaks came out or
Oh
whatever,
yeah,
but
you know I stayed away from those leaks.
yeah,
Somebody tried to get
it's
me in
tough.
my comments a couple days ago,
Yep.
but I
Oh,
missed it.
Yeah, thank
But
God.
yeah, that's
that
probably
angry
this scene
walk.
is when he throws a desk.
Yeah.
Look at this angry walk. Like he's like
He's walking with
shaded
purpose.
out, and you could just tell this guy is like
Yeah,
storming in here, like about to like burst open the door. Like, Lex, get your bitch ass over here.
yeah, yeah.
That's what it's given. He's not going to
Mhm.
say that, obviously, but he's gonna do the Superman equivalent of that.
Yeah.
The Superman equivalent of get your bitch ass over here.
Yeah, for real.
So this shot here, which we've seen a few times, do you think he's lifting the foot of the kaiju, or do you think it's just like a fallen building or something?
Nah,
I
it's
think it's the foot of the
definitely
kaiju.
You do?
nah. I think that the foot of the kaiju would look a little more like dragged down, and I feel like he would struggle just a little more. But maybe this is after he rises, and
Maybe, yeah.
he's at full power, and he's like, "Yeah, you can't crush me, guy." It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I mean, we haven't even gotten a story trailer out, so it's really hard to tell even what this movie's about outside of just putting together the pieces that we've gotten, the little
See,
breadcrumbs, trying to make a
and I
sandwich.
love that. It's
Yep.
about Superman.
Yep.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. It's
the bad guy
interesting.
is Lex.
A couple things that come to mind, especially with the kaiju, is the Flesher cartoon
hmm Yep.
where
He
Awesome.
he fought a dinosaur or something like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
he fought a
Yeah.
dinosaur that it was like a dinosaur encapsulated in ice, and
Yep.
then the ice melted, and he came back to life, and Superman had to stop him. And Superman fought
Yeah,
robots like
and he was growing. The person that did the show confirmed that it was an alien, so it was a kaiju, and so one could say that Superman did kaiju before Godzilla.
Yep.
I,
That is
I
true.
think, I think it's pretty cool.
that is
yeah,
that is
yeah.
true. And then of course we
And
have these two
what do we
shots.
got?
Him on the
More
top right there
beautiful.
fighting the kaiju. More than likely, it looks like that's the shot of him taking in the fire.
Taking the fire, yeah,
Yep. And
which
then
is
of
so
course,
cool.
oh yeah, and
I'm in
more
love
of
with
him
that
walking.
kaiju.
I'm
I hope
just
he finds
noticing.
it a nice home.
I'm just noticing the stunt double in the back.
Oh yep. Oh, and that's right in the top right picture. You're right. That's his
Yeah.
stunt double right there. Just observing for some reason. Shouldn't he be in this shot? He probably
He's
steps in to
enjoying
do
it.
the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious if David is asking to do the work often. I'm really curious about that. You know, some actors would
James
rather
did
do it
mention
themselves.
that he's also the most physical actor he's ever worked with, so that very much could be the case where
Yeah.
he wants to do a lot of everything, a lot of the heavy lifting. If that's
I'm
the
sure
case.
he does.
Yeah.
I know I would, and he seems to be more of a nerd than me. So
Yeah. Because I what was
unless
it?
his management said absolutely freaking not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that could get him seriously injured, I'm sure they wouldn't. Like, he's not going to
Yeah.
be Tom Cruise jumping out of a plane.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Breaking your ankle and running
Yeah.
across the rooftop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Of course, this shot of Lex in the LexCorp building,
I
Luthor
love
Corp
this
building.
shot so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it's cold. I love how the building looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just super cool. It's
And
different.
apparently, you didn't. If you waited a couple seconds, you could tell that the person on the far right is Otis.
Oh, okay.
And I'm curious his
How
input
can you
into
tell
this.
that?
He leans in. He leans in.
At the end of the clip.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
about to say, like,
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's cool. I don't like Otis, and what's the girl's Miss
Miss Tessmacher.
Testmacher. I didn't like them in Superman the movie, but for the time it's good, and I'm really glad that
Did
he's
you-
using them.
Did you watch Superman and Lois?
Yeah, of
Yep.
course I did.
We both
Otis
did.
is in Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
How long has it been since the series ended? That was
February,
late last year, right?
January, February, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
maybe
like half
maybe
year or
October?
something.
I feel like
That feel November, October,
Yeah, I feel
October,
like-
November
fall.
feels right.
Ended in the fall. Yeah.
Okay, so no, okay, I could talk. Well, no, the person who chokes out Lana in that episode, that's Otis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember him being there. I like
Yeah.
that version of Lex.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be my favorite, honestly.
Lex right now.
Yeah,
for me,
even
it's
though
Rosenbaum. I love
Yeah,
Rosenbaum's
Rosenbaum.
Lex.
for most is maybe after I finish the next 4 seasons that
I just
I'll
want to
change my
say,
mind.
because nobody mentions him, because I don't think many people watch this show because of the lead actor. But John Shea from Lois and Clark,
Yeah. I gotta watch that. I
think
gotta
he's
just
a-
buckle down.
pretty underrated Lex. I think he's a very good Lex. I mean,
Yeah.
in comparison to what we've got.
That's what my buddy said. He loves that show, and he was like, "That Lex is actually pretty damn good."
Yeah.
So I will give that show a shot.
He
at
just
some
wouldn't
point.
I
shave his head.
tried.
He
I
wouldn't
tried
shave
the
his
first.
head.
Oh, then fire him. Fire him.
Yeah, I feel like that
Yeah.
should be a requirement when you're hired for the job. Like, you know, you're gonna shave your head, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Lois and Clark, I believe, was the first time Superman was trying to come back in live action media after the Superman what do you call that for movies?
Movies, yeah.
The last
Kind
two
of,
failed really bad, and that
kind of,
was
kind
the
of. It
first.
was they had Superboy. They had the Superboy
Oh
series
yeah, I forgot about that.
for a
They
few
did have
years.
Superboy.
I
Yep.
think it has
Yeah,
four
I seen
seasons.
that when I was a kid. I had a
Yeah.
little box set of it, and
Oh, that's
like
funny. I didn't even know it existed until like maybe 10-ish years ago. Maybe.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
only this year, like I'm searching up things like where do I remember this from? This isn't from like the Superman media that I know.
hmm
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Superboy. How the hell did I get Superboy? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
and where
crazy.
did I see Max Flexer's Superman? Because I've seen it before, and
I
I
think
just
it used to
can't
be on
remember.
videotapes.
Yeah, you probably had a videotape or a copy of it or something
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I was on Reddit. They said they were like on some uh
They would have
movies
like
with animated
VHSs
movies.
with like 15 cartoons, and it would be like
Yeah.
Popeye, Betty
Yep.
Boop, and Superman.
Yeah, I watched all those.
Also, Mighty Mouse. Shout out to Mighty Mouse. I used to love Mighty
I used
Mouse.
to love Mighty Mouse also.
Yeah.
That was my like Saturday morning, or like I'd even watch it like I think it was on before school or something like that back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to always watch that shit.
Yeah. Mighty Mouse is a G.
Yep.
I used to really love Mighty Mouse as a kid, which is crazy.
Yeah. Mighty Mouse
And
was the
I'm
shit.
pretty sure like 90% of people born after like 95 or whatever have no clue
Oh,
who he is.
go back,
Well, you
go
want me to
back.
go to this shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll
get
talk
it.
about that. So is this Lex's suit or is this the hammer of Barivia?
So the picture of the hammer, there's this like guard over the shell, but in
Mhm.
this shot, it's clear and you could see a silhouette of a face. And I'm
Mhm.
like, that's got to be the Lex suit.
It's got to be.
I
Got to be.
think okay, here's a theory I'm throwing out because the coloring book, the sticker book or whatever, has this guy on the cover.
hmm
I think
Yeah,
this is just a theory that I'm throwing out that I just came up with right now. So no, I didn't
I
read
think
any
I know where you're
spoilers.
going with this.
Don't need
So,
a spoiler warning. What I'm thinking is maybe Lex takes that suit
yep. No.
and turns it into his own suit.
What I thought was that he made the suit and then he became the Hammer of Benovia or whatever just to create whatever political or whatever ideology he wants to push at the
Yeah,
time, whatever agenda he wants to
hmm
push. I feel like he's going to dress him up like that, and he made the suit, and then later reveals that he was behind whatever he was doing there,
yeah. Because I
but in
mean,
secret.
there's reasons for all of this stuff. There's reasons for the throwing the desk at Lex. There's reasons that they're in the fortress. Lex is in the
Yeah.
fortress somehow.
In the
There's reasons
sneak
for a
peek,
bunch
he
of this stuff.
said he's back. Like they already talked before, and
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
I'm gonna hate to see the fortress get trashed. So
It's so beautiful looking.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm just glad we're getting a fortress this time as opposed to
a ship.
snow and a ship.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. So Dean Cain's didn't have a Fortress of Solitude, which is I
Mm.
don't know. It was based off of Man of Steel by John
Jeff
Byrne,
Byrne or John Byrne,
and
yeah.
he removed the whole fortress. Let's see. We got the Reeve one in Returns and in the
The
Reeve
iconic
movies.
one.
hmm
Yeah,
That's the one that always stuck with me as a kid, even though I found those movies a little boring. I
Yeah,
didn't
they
like
don't
them very
age
much.
well. I like them more now as I'm older, and I'm actually like into Superman as a character, which I wasn't growing up. I was always
yeah,
a Batman guy growing up, so
Yeah, same
yeah. So, and
because
then
of
the
those movies.
Smallville one is inspired by the Reeve one.
which you could
Everyone has
tell.
been inspired by Reeve. Reeve has left
The,
not Reeve, Donner's Fortress has left
Mm.
a huge mark
Honest the
on
Blueprint.
every of them.
Yeah, I liked in Superman and Lois when it was like wasn't it like in the middle of the ocean, as they like
That
flew
was
to
the
it. And,
second
like,
one. That
yeah,
was the
okay,
second one. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. The
yeah,
only thing with that is there was nothing.
yeah. It was it was weird, but I kind of enjoyed it.
It was like
We've
completely
gotten
empty.
a
It's
lot
like,
of empty fortresses, like the
yeah,
cave.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
I would have loved. I was kind of. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of disappointed seeing that it was an ice fortress again,
Mhm.
because
ooh,
I
you whore.
wanted uh the one from the comics where he has
The
all
key.
this crazy stuff in there. He has like the Titanic in there.
Yep.
He has like a zoo. You
Well,
know.
pocket dimensions.
Yeah.
Yep. We
Why,
are getting
wait,
those.
why can't we have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I'm feeling. And
And of course, this final. I mean, this was earlier in the trailer, but I just like the shots I put in the end also of my notes
Yeah.
because I fucking love that cape with
yeah,
every
the
fiber of
way
my
that
being.
the way the behind the scenes ends with like Rachel saying "In James Gunn we trust,"
Yep.
and then like a couple like 20 seconds later, it's just the cape and it moves into the logo with
Hmm.
no name. It's just like beautiful
Yep.
Superman. Like you know what this is. You know what it is.
Hmm.
That
Exactly.
that that was great.
I'm very excited. I don't know if I want to watch the next trailer.
I know I'm gonna just cause, but I don't
We're
need it. Like I don't.
we're
I do
we're
not
all
need
on the
it.
same page here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch it. I can't
Yeah.
lie to myself and say I'm
Exactly.
gonna avoid it. I'm
Yep.
going to watch it, but I kind of don't want there to be any more. I kind
Hmm.
of like the mystery that
I
all
have
of this is
enough. My
trying.
brain's working too many theories that it's like I feel like I know too much.
And
Yeah,
we know nothing at the same time, which is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We just know Superman's there, Crypto's there.
Yep.
Apparently, Superman and Lois and Superman and Clark are engaged in a relationship.
Hmm.
And I'm curious if she knows or if she
She
doesn't know.
better. She better. She better.
Hmm.
Does he
Yep.
have his glasses on when he kisses her? In
No,
the
he does not. She
Uh,
knows. I guarantee you, she knows. I think they play it up at work like she obviously doesn't know
yeah,
because she can't let the secret out.
yeah,
But she definitely knows. Um, I feel like they're gonna create like some sort of work rivalry to kind of throw the scent off or something. I don't know.
that'll be interesting.
But that dynamic is something I really can't wait to see. Um,
Yeah,
we'll probably get some of that in whatever the next trailer is. And I know I don't need it, but I know I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
Uh, I just want it to be July, like tomorrow.
yeah.
one last thing. One
Yes,
last thing. This is when do you think Pa's gonna die?
I don't.
I think he's gonna die in this movie.
You do?
I
Yeah,
definitely do. But when?
yeah.
When do you do it?
I'll tell you one thing. It'll be after they have a conversation at the Kent farm. It's probably after that moment in the film.
True.
That's a beautiful shot, by the
That
way.
is, yeah.
It's all-star Superman through and
Yep.
throughout. Love that shot.
That's why I'm so happy that his dad's gonna be in this because some of my favorite stuff, All Star and All Seasons is his conversations with his father.
Yeah, and that's what
Is
I
some of my
love
favorite stuff.
the
Yep.
most in Smallville.
Yep.
Like I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. And I loved it in Man of Steel
Hmm.
too, till they did the dumb idea to let him get the dog instead of Clark that could have stayed on the ground. And if he did, no, never mind.
We got
Never
you.
mind.
I'm not gonna go on a rant, but I could go on a rant.
I like that movie, so I like that
Yeah,
movie.
you
Yeah.
like it, so you can beat it up.
Cal
Yeah.
goes on a rant. He'll get canceled by the Snyder cult or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's already happened a couple of times.
I just like how every time you speak on comic book movies, like you have like no dog in this gun Snyder fight, and people just
yeah,
they rag on you one way or the other, and it's like you're talking about it from like a movie perspective, not
exactly,
from a fan of Gunn or a fan of Snyder perspective. I mean, obviously you
exactly.
like Gunn more than Snyder, but
Yeah,
at the same time, like, yeah, they tried to cancel you over your Nolan takes too. I thought
I
that was pretty
could
funny.
only be so mad because I have this same passion that these people have. I just direct it better
Towards
than
I
the
directed
well,
towards the
I'm
general.
fact that I
cool.
like the product
You
of
know me.
DC.
Like
Yeah.
you know me, XO. Like, so yeah, I'm cool. So I'm not nitpicking just to nitpick.
You could be
You
a
know,
hater, but like Everybody's a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a
Yeah,
hater.
I mean, no, Nolan.
I'm not a hater on Nolan. I have legit criticisms,
Yeah.
but let's not dive into that because I don't want to be.
Yeah,
quiet.
you're
We'd
right.
be
You're
here all
right. You're
night.
right. You're right.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
guys. Anything else you want to talk about with the BTS stuff?
Um,
Not right now. They're shooting it on the red. They're shooting it in 8K.
I can't wait.
my neck's been hurting from all the looking up I've been doing.
Look up EXO.
Oh, I
Look
love
up.
that. That's what I was gonna say. Look up
Yep.
makes me think of Secret Origin.
Okay.
And I'm curious. I mean, obviously, it's shortened for "Look Up in the Sky." It's a bird, it's a plane, it's
Right.
super.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
But
obviously, yeah.
also, that was a big part of when Superman got to Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like when Clark was there? He was walking through the city and looking up because he hadn't been in a city that big, and he bumps into this old lady, and she's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Mad." And he's like, "Oh, I'm just looking at the sky or whatever." And she's like, "Oh, watch yourself." But at the end of the story, like
Yeah, I remember that.
everybody's looking up and she bumps into somebody else. The same lady bumps into somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're just trying to see if we can catch sight of Superman flying by," which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And that reminded me. This is the last thing. That on some site they changed the synopsis to truth, justice, and the human way.
Yeah, I think that was Letterboxed. I want to say.
It was one of those. Do y'all like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like Better Tomorrow.
I like a Better
I
Tomorrow.
like Better Tomorrow a little bit more. Yeah.
It's
Um,
just on like a philosophical
Yeah.
stance. It hits
I
harder.
have mixed feelings about An American Way, not because I'm anti-America, but more just because like,
Yeah.
what does that mean if
Right.
Superman
Yeah.
protects
Yep.
the whole planet?
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of, yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Even though like he came
Yeah.
from America, it's kind of just dated, and
Yeah.
Superman's grander than just
Mhm.
America. He is
Yeah.
the hero of Earth.
So I like Human Way, but I can't see anybody saying that.
It
I
just
can't-
sounds weird.
Yeah,
Truth, justice, in the human way.
Yeah.
What?
It does.
is Kal-El a human? When do we start classifying human? Do they have to be born on
He's a
Earth?
metahuman. He is a metahuman.
Yeah.
So.
He's a metahuman.
Yeah,
But you're
I
right, because even like with the Legion of Superheroes, because I think this Superman was Superboy. I really do, because they're pushing a lot of Superboy stuff in the comics.
just like that the Summer Superman special
Yeah.
#1.
Yeah,
Mm.
You
Yeah,
know, he's been
I like
making the
that.
movie.
Yeah.
He started shooting a year ago, right?
Hmm.
And they've known about it for 2, maybe 3 years. So I believe a lot of this stuff is pre-planned.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Clearly, there's the reason
he sound notes, and like the comics he recommends is to get like media of characters kind of fresh in your mind, or
Yeah.
ideas fresh in your mind, so like
The
you're
movie
able to
synergy.
accept it.
The
Yeah.
movie synergy. So like a terrible thing that Marvel did when Disney owned Marvel but didn't own like other characters of their own brand.
Spider-Man.
Like they stopped printing those comics up. I don't know if it was the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, but
Fantastic
they stopped.
Four got canceled
So
briefly or stopped. Yeah.
They stopped making those.
Yep.
Which is really messed up when you think about it. But they stopped making those, and like a lot of times movie synergy is very important. So like even like when the X-Men movies first came out, they started making them look like the movie in the comics at one point. And I don't think, because we've seen there's a video of James Gunn and Jim Lee in the same room together.
Hmm.
And Jim Lee is like, either he runs DC or he's a co-runner of DC. But I'm 99% sure they talked about it, and we're getting this big Superman push this summer. If Superboy wasn't part of his origin, I mean, we got Crypto as well. If
I
Superboy wasn't part of his
say
origin,
we need a tie-in to figure that out. Comic tie-in.
Well, I mean, no, we got the prequel book that I already pre-ordered.
Do you
I'm shocked.
do you think that will be canon? Because I watched the Bobo video and he made a valid point that it doesn't have James Gunn's name on it, and if it was connected to the movie, don't you think it would have his name on it in some sort of way?
No.
Okay,
And I say
I
that just because there have been a lot of movie
yeah.
adaptations and books and stuff, and I'm pretty sure the writers of the novelization get a copy of the script. I'm pretty sure they probably would have talked to
Oh yeah,
James
absolutely.
Gunn
If you're
about that.
doing a prequel,
You know, yeah,
so that's probably just enough for him.
yeah.
And yeah, I
Just for the
got that
record,
book on pre-order too.
I also pre-ordered the script, and that was supposed to come out in like October, and they moved it to April of next year. So I pre-ordered something a year in advance. That's crazy. Yeah.
Wild.
That'll be cool to have, though.
Yeah. No, they don't.
I love reading scripts. Like, yeah,
What was it?
Yeah,
Marvel.
I don't
I was looking for some of their early scripts because I wanted to see how they wrote them, and
Mhm.
they would never release anything. I think they released one, either Infinity War or Endgame. One of them.
Mhm.
It was probably. I think it was Endgame because they wanted to submit it to the Oscars.
Okay.
So at the end of the year, they always have the FYC for your consideration,
Mhm.
and they release like the screenplays. That's how I learned screenwriting, for the record.
Okay.
Easy way, but like
You gonna let me star in your movie, right?
I'll holler at you.
I got you. I'm a quick
um,
learner.
but yeah, so I'm excited to see. I don't think I've ever read anything of James Gunn's.
Mm.
I might have something, but I don't think I've read anything. I'm pretty sure I probably got Super or Scooby Doo somewhere.
I've got his super
I love that
script
Scooby Doo
and
movie.
that horror movie he did, Slither.
Slither.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got those online, so I don't know how real they are. I haven't read them yet, though.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. They're putting a lot behind this movie. I've one thing I noticed I was talking to somebody about is that the marketing, even though we've seen the Justice, whatever they're going to be called,
Gang.
Yeah, the
um,
Justice Gang,
yeah, the
allegedly.
Justice
Yep.
Gang. Even though we've seen, I feel like the Terrifics would work, but I guess the Terrifics is more of a permanent name.
I think the Justice Gang is going to be what Guy refers to them as, and
Yeah,
everyone else is going to roll their eyes to that name. I think it's going to be like that. I don't
Yeah.
think it's
yeah,
going to be like an actual name. I think that's just what Guy's going to call them, and
So it's
it'll be like an
my
eye roll
exact
moment for everyone
thought.
else. Yeah.
yeah. But I was gonna say, I think I've noticed in the marketing that it's purely focused on Superman,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
It's
Like
laser
we
focused the
got,
Funko Pops.
yeah, like we got a glimpse at what was it, the Puppy Bowl. We got the Guy Gardner, which was a little
It
funny
was
thing. It's
funny
a
as
puppy
hell. That
bowl. He
was
has a
so
bowl cut.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like
know,
James trolled us so hard with that one, and I
yeah,
like props.
Yeah.
yeah,
Keeping us engaged. That's what you're
yeah,
doing. And I love the whole marketing. Like people don't like that they didn't get Superman doing the stance right away. They gave us crumbs, made
Yep.
us discuss the crest, what the suit's gonna look like after seeing the crest. And like
yeah,
he did it sitting down. Like I think it was genius just
yeah.
teasing us. Cause
Yeah,
then it's
the
like
Superman
bang, here it is.
fans are upset about certain marketing things and
Mm-hmm.
then not saying certain things, but I'm like, I'm gonna see it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I've
You know,
seen every
it
Superman movie that I could in theaters. I didn't see Justice League in theaters, just for the record, but I was
Good
there.
move.
I saw, I saw
that's
Superman
when I
Returns
tapped
in
out.
theaters. I think 3 times when it came out. I went to day one of Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that in theaters,
I saw
and
that on a date when I was 17.
yeah, and
I
what you
watched the
call it?
movie more.
It's like they came out like 9 years ago last weekend. Batman versus Superman.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I saw that
Your favorite
Easter
movie?
weekend. You're funny. You're funny. I saw that Easter weekend. but I didn't see Justice League. So I've seen every Superman thing in theaters where he's a main character. Technically, he's not a main character of Justice League. So, um, yeah. So, I'm excited to see this one. I don't
Yeah.
Let
even
us
know
buy
what
the
the hell's
tickets.
going
Put them on sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
Japan
buy
went
it
on
right
sale
now.
today. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
F13 and F15.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it's as good as Sinners. Just
If it's
shouting out
that
Sinners.
good, then I mean,
I don't think it could be
So
better.
Cal,
I don't think
remember
it'll be as
this
good.
is a comic book movie, but like I said
I know.
before, the
I know.
science fiction and fantasy elements has been shining past it's a comic book movie for
Yeah.
me. And
mhm.
I really think it's going to do that. My
Well,
expectations are way too high. So
so
try not to
here's my
get my
perspective.
expectations too high just because.
Here's my perspective on that.
it's at
Uh,
least going to be an 8.
Oh God.
given that, Gunn has had free reign. He's like the only person in Marvel that's truly had free reign
Mhm.
over what his movie looks like and what the worlds look like and everything. My thing with connected universes is that like everybody it has to make sense on the main setting they're with.
Yeah,
Yep.
The main
that's where
setting.
MCU thrived at doing that,
Yeah.
where the DCU could not get their shit together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like Gunn was able to explore a part that no one else in the MCU was exploring. Right.
Yeah. This is
Um,
new grounds, doing different things, different takes, R-rated
yeah.
Mhm.
films.
Yeah.
I know Disney's doing that now, but he was pushing for that, like Preacher Commando, for example,
Yeah.
and the Suicide Squad. He wants to hit a universe that hits movie notes, actual film notes that is in this universe, but can stand alone. Like Sergeant Rock is such a good
Yeah.
film idea to come out in what 2000 next year or
Mhm.
something.
It'll
I
probably
think that's
be
genius. You had a
yeah.
director really interested, made a script, gave it to him, and he said, "Yeah," and that. That's just, it feels good. It feels good.
Come on. If we're being honest, who could turn down a script written by Mike Flanagan?
I
Like,
know.
hey, I want to write this.
Yeah.
Here's the script. Somebody gonna be like, no. Like
But
it's Mike Flanagan.
Exactly.
Disney would, like, if he
Oh, they
did
would.
Star Wars
Let's be Disney.
or
I don't know if y'all
MCU.
heard this. Jordan Peele wanted to do a gargoyle movie
Oh,
I
before,
heard that.
Gargoyle.
Yeah.
and he pitched to Disney, and they declined.
Oh,
So
Disney.
Yeah, they
yeah,
want control of their directors.
yeah,
So
Yep.
like,
yeah.
look what happened to Star Wars. Like, I know Cal,
Yep.
you're not into that, but like
I mean, we
J.J.
got
Abrams
Andor.
on
I
a
love
Star
Andor.
Wars movie should not have failed. They should not have been bad. Like
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just simple as that. But Disneyed it up. So
Yep.
uh, really excited for the free range, and James Gunn don't give a fuck. He's balls out.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I'm curious what this universe is going to be. Even though I'm really mostly excited just for Superman, I'm really excited to see what everybody else is able to create and how much um unique identity each film will have. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah, it gets me excited for characters that I
Yep.
normally either dismissed or just didn't
And especially
care
like
for
we
at
say,
all.
like if he's not doing the Feige thing and just letting filmmakers do their thing,
yeah,
I think that's great. I know Cal has mentioned this too on Twitter about because everyone's like give what's his name
Coogler,
everything up, yeah,
Ryan
Coogler,
Coogler.
give Coogler or something. And the way I see it is if he has an idea and it's like a passion project, he wants to work in the DCU, then cool.
Yeah,
But if not, just let him
That
finish off his
that's
third
how I feel.
fucking movie in his trilogy and let him make
yeah,
fucking nothing but greatness for the next 30 years of his career.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's how I feel. If by chance he has like a passion to do a DC project, then hell
yeah,
yeah. But
yeah,
if it's not something he wants to do, then I don't want him doing it. If it's not passion for him, I'd rather make 35 Sinners versus like one mid DC movie.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And it's funny.
Sinners was his best movie,
Oh, by
I
far.
think. But
To
we'll
me.
talk about that more in
Yeah.
the next video.
We will
'cause
do a
Yeah.
we're
Sinners
gonna be
video, yeah.
But what was
talking
I gonna
about-
say?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, James Gunn is that one director who I was just like, even before he got into running DC, I was talking to a friend and I was like, yeah, I could see James Gunn doing comic book movies for the rest of his life. It seems like that's
That's
his
his
lane.
lane.
That's
Yeah.
what he wants to
100%.
do.
Yep.
You know, he's been adapting things since the beginning. Like the only Slither and Super were not adaptations,
Right.
but just about everything else he's done has been an adaptation of
Mhm.
something. Like even
Yeah.
his first movies,
Dawn
his-
of the Dead, Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
They're all previous IP.
yeah,
Super
yeah,
was a good movie, and I wasn't director focused till like recently.
Yeah.
So I
Same.
never really cared about like directors. So I just watched these movies, and if I liked them, I liked them. So when James Gunn came on, I'm like, all right, that's cool. Then I like
Yeah.
seen what he did, and I'm like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
this is
yeah,
this. Name a better person to do just comic book movies.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if I'm being frank with y'all, I was kind of like, I don't know. When James Gunn was first announced to do a Superman movie, I was like, I don't know. But
That
then I
brought
sat
hope
back
for
and
me.
really thought about it. And I was like, no, he's probably, the more I think about it, the more I feel like he might be the best person for this.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Because,
I felt that when I watched, because Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. I that was the best part of the universe for me. So
yeah,
that's what I wanted. And 84 came out. That was disgusting. Then the Suicide Squad comes out. I have no expectations. I watch it at home. I only go to the
yeah,
theater. And I like, this is going to be just whatever. And it got me out of, oh, this is in a stinky ass universe. It made me like ignore all that and just be like, enjoy the damn movie. And I was in awe, and I'm in love with it.
yeah,
So far, yeah.
yeah. And like I even like that movie made me care about rats.
Yep.
Like it made me care about all those characters, and people are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's not gonna catch on. It's gonna fail."
Mhm.
Freaking
For the Superman
Peacemaker.
movie, and
Yep.
it's like, do y'all not remember when everybody was doing the opening credits to Peacemaker?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like everybody was doing TikToks and all that stuff, and it's like between that and then the fact that he got me to care about Peacemaker.
Mhm.
That I was about to say, I want to cut you off. Now I'm cutting you off. But like, he made him the most hated character
Yeah.
in the film, and
Yep.
now you have a series, and he's like, not like watch, just
Yeah.
watch, and then you're
Yeah.
like, damn, yo, Peacemaker is a good guy.
Yeah,
He just
exactly,
needs some
exactly.
guidance. Like, you got mental health issues. You connect to him even, and
Yep.
it's like, damn.
Yeah,
But then there's
like
Vigilante.
one of my favorite quotes from James Gunn. It might be from James Gunn, but about the making of this movie. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't like that." I love it as a creative, as somebody who makes movies and whatnot. I love it. He said that he didn't have a way in, and then he found a way in, which means he turned
Which-
it down because he
of Henry
didn't think
Cavill.
he had a good enough idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he finally got an idea of a
No,
story.
I feel he had the idea. Just with the universe that was in play, he couldn't make that work. So when he got power, it's like, I can make this work now. Like, all the elements of my idea, I can make this work.
For me, it was, I assume they approached him around the time he did the Suicide Squad, 2018-19.
They said,
and
They
this
said
is like
18.
8 years ago. So
Yeah,
this
so
maybe might have been right
I think
after
at that time he was probably asked to write a sequel to Man of Steel, and he turned that down. And then when they came to him after the Batman was successful and they wanted him to do Elseworlds, I think that's where he was like, okay, I can find a way in with the story and not have to use Henry, who has a bunch of baggage. Like, because
Yeah,
you have
and,
Jimmy Olsen, he and Lois
yeah,
have no
and
chemistry.
we're
Like,
we're all nerds. We love these characters, and we all have this version of that character
Yeah.
in their head, kind of like their own story almost.
Yeah.
mhm.
Practically, I know I do at least. Like my own versions of Superman and stuff, and he has that, and he could just go all out.
I also want to say that if I'm being frank with y'all, this is not a bias or anything, but what Zack Snyder did with it was very restrictive. Right?
Yes,
We
he
didn't
was
have a
forced.
fortress. We
Yeah,
had Robin killed. We had Jimmy
and
Olsen killed.
Yep.
he was kind of told to do this too by
Yeah.
Warner Brothers to make it more
But
grounded.
he could have
Yeah.
came up
And
with a better story to introduce everyone in the second one.
Yeah.
I think that's where it went off the rails.
yeah, and
Is he
they
did too much.
like Man of Steel. I thought was good. Don't talk about the posse. And then BVS was forced, even though I like watching the movie. It is incredibly flawed. It's the second movie in the
Yep.
universe. Now, if we get Supergirl, Sergeant Rock, we got Lanterns, freaking Peacemaker season 2, Creatures Commando. He could do World's Finest now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's fine because this universe is packed already.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
stuff is established already in it, which I think is the right move to go. It doesn't seem like he's quote unquote MCUifying the DC brand, as the way he's
Mhm.
building this universe to me feels much different than how Marvel went about theirs.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for hopefully good DC content again,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's been a long time since
So
I've been able to say
long.
that.
So
I'm
so much
really,
strife.
really
So much
excited for
animosity.
Lanterns. I'm
Oh, me
really
too. I am
like
Same.
pumped.
after Watchmen, I will watch anything that Damon Lindelof makes.
Yep.
Yo,
Watchmen blew me away.
when like John Stewart's not my favorite Lantern.
Yeah.
He's like my third. But once we got the Aaron Pierre, I know there was a lot of controversy with that, which I totally get. But
Yeah.
something in me clicked. And I'm like, I'm really interested in John Stewart, and like I fuck with this
Yep.
heavy.
Yeah.
And that he's what I look forward to when I see the Lanterns
Mhm.
film instead of
Yeah.
Hal.
Especially
And
after Rebel Ridge.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that yet.
Yeah, I know. I
Wait,
watched
what?
that with my cousins. I mean,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
sister.
yeah.
And my sister
Ex-
and her husband loved that movie.
EXO,
So
everybody was talking about that,
I know.
and you didn't watch it.
I feel like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
different times he's been like, I'm watching it tonight, and then I'm like, so what'd you think? He's like, I didn't watch it.
You need to
Yeah,
watch
that's what
it. You need to
happened.
sit down
It's
and
good.
watch it. It's
So
fun.
Lock
I'm
in, man.
trying to wait till after Superman's, because right after Superman, I'm hitting my Lanterns and Supergirl era, where I'm
Okay.
reading all Green Lantern, all Supergirl,
I feel you.
and
feel you.
so I'm just let me wait, because I watched everything like Millie's been in. I watched everything that David's been in. Where was the other one? Hollywood and
The Politician.
The
the
politician, which he
politician.
isn't in
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
He
yeah.
isn't in
But
that
that's
much.
where that clip keeps coming
Yep.
from.
You look like Superman. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. I think it's been a fun night.
Yeah, this is a long
This has
one.
been a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on, Cal. Finally, we got to get you on again. Definitely want you on for Sinners whenever we plan to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm 100% down for that.
Okay, cool. Maybe like Monday night. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, because I've been wanting to talk about that movie with you since I saw it. So that'll
I
be a
say
good conversation.
sooner than later. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out when we get off here. And but thanks for tuning in, and everyone have a great night.
Yeah.
Peace,
Have a
guys.
good night.
We'll have exit music soon.